Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nadzira Robbani and I want to tell you about the Malay tribe. The Malay tribe is certainly no longer a foreign tribal name in the ears of the Indonesian people because this tribe is included in the large tribe in Indonesia. In fact, the Malay tribe is not only spread in Indonesia but also in other countries such as Malaysia and Singapore. Although known as the largest tribe, there are still many who do not know how the origin of this tribe entered the territory of Indonesia and how its cultural form actually is. Well, to get to know more about the Malay tribe, let's look at the following explanation. The origin of the Malay tribe. The beginning of the use of Malay names is thought to have come from the Malay kingdom, a kingdom that once existed in the Batanghari River area, Jambi. The Malayu kingdom in its development was subject to the power of the Sriwijaya kingdom and made it under the power of the Sriwijaya kingdom. From this event, the term Malay began to be widely known by the community even not only in the Sumatra region, but it has expanded to Java and Kalimantan. In addition to these origins, it is said that the spread of the Malays is also supported by the Keping Tembaga Laguna inscription, which states that Malay traders have traded in the Southeast Asian region and participated in spreading Malay culture. Because of this, Malay gradually became the most widely used language replacing Sanskrit. The golden age of the Sriwijaya kingdom is also considered as the golden age of Malay civilization, especially in the archipelago. In fact, the Malay civilization still continued until the era of the Dharmasraya kingdom and the Malacca Sultanate in the 14th century. Characteristics of Malays. The Malay community is included in a tribe that has characteristics that are quite obvious when juxtaposed with other tribes. The most prominent characteristic is in the dialect of the language, which is so distinctive. In addition, the Malay community is also famous as a society that is mostly Muslim and upholds civility and manners. Due to the strong influence of Islam among the Malay community, this made many absorption words taken from Arabic. Of course, this characteristic increasingly shows that the Malay community does have a uniqueness that is different from other types. Malay language. Like the name of this type, the language used was also dubbed Malay. The language has distinctive characteristics in terms of dialect or clutch, and today, Malay is also used as the national language in Malaysia and Singapore. In several other countries such as the Philippines, southern Myanmar, southern Thailand, Timor-Leste, Papua New Guinea, Cambodia, and Sri Lanka also found the use of Malay language. This proves that the influence of the Malays in Southeast Asian countries is quite large. Malay tribal customs house. The first, Adat Selaso Jatuh Kembar. This first traditional house is found in the Riau province area, which is often used for association activities. In fact, this house is quite large and there are levels in the house. The second is Limas Potong. The name of this traditional house is adapted to the shape of the roof in the form of a truncated pyramid. This house is also like most other Malay houses that are in the form of stilts and made of wood. The third, Lipat Kajang. Unlike the traditional pyramid cut house, the Kajang Lipat traditional house is a traditional house with an arched roof. The purpose of making a curved roof that resembles a steep ridge is to make it easier of rainwater to fall from the roof. And the last is Singgah Sultan Siak. The next traditional house is nicknamed the Sultan Siak House, which functions as the name implies. This house is used by Sultan Siak, named Sultan Syarif Qasim II, as a shelter. The shape of this house is also a house on stilts with wood. However, considering that this house functions as a stopover for the Sultan, the impression of luxury can be seen from the dominance of gold, cream, and blue colors around the house. Traditional Malay clothing. As a society with dominance adhering to Islam, the traditional clothing of the Malay tribe also conforms to Islamic law. The name of this traditional Malay clothing is called baju kurung with its characteristics that are loose when worn. The use of loose clothing is due to avoid the visible body shape of the wearer, considering that it is not recommended in Islam. Generally, the use of bracelets is also accompanied by the use of Malay singket kayu. If in the past, bracketed clothes were more often used for traditional ceremonies, now there are quite a lot of people who use them for daily clothes. In addition to some of the cultures mentioned earlier, the Malay tribe also stores several other cultures such as traditional dance, literature, and musical instruments. In terms of traditional dance, the Malays have Zapin dance, Tandak dance, Makyong dance, and Joget Lambak.